All that is in the heavens and the earth magnifies God. He is the Almighty, the All-Wise. To him belongs the kingdom of the heavens and the earth. He gives life, and he makes to die, and he is powerful over everything. He is the first and the last, the outward and the inward. He has knowledge of everything.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Assalamu alaikum guys, this is Muhammad Fahim Khalid gonna tell you about insect legs. Any of the three paired appendages present on thorax of insect is called insect leg. Insect legs support the insect body and also help in movement and several other functions. All the insects have three pairs of legs. First pair or prolegs are located on the prothorax. Middle pair or mesolegs are present on the mesothorax, and the hind pair or metalegs are present on the metathorax. Each leg has 5 major segments: coxa, trochanter, femur, tibia, and tarsus. Coxa is the basal segment of insect legs, linking trochanter and thorax together. Trochanter is the small segment, second from the base. It links femur to the coxa. Femur is the largest leg segment and the most variable in shape. It is third from the base. Tibia is fourth segment from the base. It is typically long and slender. It articulates proximally with femur and distally with basic tarsus. Tarsus is the fifth segment from the base. It is the terminal part of the leg. Tarsus usually consists of 2 to 5 pseudo-segments, the tarsomeres. On the lower side of the tarsomeres are pairs of adhesive pads, the pulvuli or the plantula. Basal segment of the tarsus is called basitarsus and terminal segment is called pretarsus. Pretarsus bears a pair of movable lateral claws. Between the claws and unpaired median pad, aerolium is present, as in grasshopper, or a median bristle called ampodium, as in robber fly. Between the leg segments, the joints have membranous rings called articular corium, allows movement of leg segments. Ambulatory or walking leg is the most simple type of leg. It is thin and elongate in structure. Many insects have ambulatory legs. For example, box elder bug, cotton woodleaf beetle, and walking sticks have 3 pairs of ambulatory legs. Ambulatory legs help the insects in walking and climbing. Modifications in the insect leg means changes in the basic structure of insect leg according to the function required. Many insects have modified their legs to perform other functions also. These legs are cursorial leg. Cursorial or running leg is similar to ambulatory leg in shape. Namely, it is thin and elongate, but it is modified for running. Examples of insects having cursorial legs include cockroaches, tiger beetle, and ground beetle. Saltatorial leg. Saltatorial or jumping leg has very long femur and very long tibia. Femur is also provided with very strong muscles. which provide force for jumping. Metalegs in grasshopper and cricket are saltatorial. Flea also has saltatorial legs. Fossorial leg. In fossorial leg, segments are reduced and flattened to become strong for digging. The tibia has finger-like projections on the apex. The tarsus also has three finger-like processes which are seen below the tibia. For example, forelegs of mole cricket and cicada nymph are fossorial. Natatorial leg. Natatorial leg has flattened segments and elongated seta on tarsi, which help the insect in swimming. For example, in giant water bug and whirligig beetle, meso and meta legs are natatorial, while in diving beetle, meta legs are natatorial. Raptorial leg. In mantids, four legs are raptorial or grasping. Each have large coxa and trochanter. Femur is broad and have double row of large spines. Tibia also have double row of spines and it fits into the longitudinal groove of the femur between the rows of spines and helps the insect in grasping its prey. Four legs of giant water bug and water scorpion are also raptorial. In these legs, femur and tibia form a pincer-like grip. Antenna cleaner leg. In antenna cleaner leg, there is a large spur called velum on the apex of tibia, which fits into a semicircular notch on the proximal end of the basitarsus. This notch also contains fine hair. This whole structure is called antenna cleaner. The antenna is drawn through this structure so that pollen and other particles can be removed. In honeybees and bumblebees, four legs are antenna cleaner. Pollen collecting leg. Pollen collecting leg has three important structures: corbicula or pollen basket, auricle, and pollen comb, also called scopa. Corbicula or pollen basket. A smooth area on the outer surface of tibia is bordered on each side with a fringe of long hair. which serve as pollen basket. Auricle. Proximal end of Pachytarsus have a small ear-like lobe called auricle that bears a row of small hair. By flexing the leg, pollen is packed into the pollen basket with the help of this auricle. This auricle is also called pollen press. Pollen comb. The basic tarsus of pollen collecting leg is greatly enlarged. It bears on its inner surface several transverse rows of stiff hair, which form scopa, also called pollen comb or pollen brush. Metalegs in worker honeybees are pollen collecting. With the help of pollen collecting legs, worker honeybees carry pollen from the flowers to their hives. Scansorial or clinging leg. In scansorial or clinging leg, a single claw folds against a thumb-like spinous process of elongated tibia, which helps the insect in clinging to the hair of the host. For example, in human louse, all the pairs of legs are clinging. Silk secreting leg. In silk secreting leg, Pachytarsus is greatly inflated by the presence of silk gland, which produces silk. The liquid silk comes out of the silk ejectors. These silk ejectors are located on the ventral surface of Pachytarsus. In web spinners, forelegs are silk secreting.